Hello, it's me. I believe in my last video I said I was going to get to the Wheel of the Year. This is a copy that I copied one that I bought for myself and some of my friends that I'm practicing with. This is not my own. Before I show it to you. This is just a copy. The name of the person who wrote it is in that corner there. I'm thinking that's just their American name because I'm pretty sure I checked, but I'm pretty sure it's a magic name, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, when I look at this, tell me what you see. Yule is at the top. Samhain is, no, that's in bulk. I'm going the wrong way. Samhain's over here. Now, which one looks like it should be the last of these pagan holidays? It looks like it should be Yule, but in some cases it's Samhain, some it's Yule, and some say that it's even in bulk right here. For everyone, the year ends at a different time. For most people it ends on New Year's, which is December. I don't know if December has a December 31st, but I think it does. I haven't checked the calendar lately, so I'm not entirely sure. But I think it does. And that is normally when it goes from one year to the next year. Now with pagans, they celebrate it a little different. Don't know why, don't ask me. I am just going by what I hear and what I've read and how I'm thinking about this. I'm going to tell you how I think the year changes and which holiday is my major holiday, which is the day I celebrate the most. Now, this one right here, some people celebrate the ends of the year on Yule, but if you've read almost any book, pick any pagan book, any Christianity book, every book says that pagans, Wiccans, witches, warlocks, whatever you call yourself, it always ends on Halloween. That's not true. Some people end their year with Litha. So they'll go all the way around and end it back here. Some even, and for all we know, some pagans out there probably end it on Groundhog's Day. Some people end it maybe on not even on a holiday. Some people could end on like January 10th, because that's maybe the day they began their pagan path. So they figured that should be the day where they renew themselves and begin the next year. Now, I'm going to just read what it says on here, unless you would like to. I'm going to hold that up and you can freeze it, pause it, whatever. I'm going to just do a quick read over. As the wheel turns, pagans celebrate 8 holidays, or sabbats. Some say the Lady of Life rules spring and summer, while the Lord of Death, and I can't even pronounce that word, rules over fall and winter. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, because I have been doing some more research on these two. Neither one of them, they're both equal, so they both rule over a certain time. But which time are they strongest? No one knows. It depends on your practice, your thoughts, and your ideas. Now the reason for this is your strength powers their strength. So whatever you think manifests in them. The lady being the goddess, the Lord being the God, obviously. Oh, you guys can't see me, sorry. No, sorry about that. Supposedly the birth of the goddess, which some people think is impossible. But if you look back on Greek mythology, there were the Titans, the original gods, the more powerful gods, where Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades rose up and gathered their brothers and sisters to destroy the Titans, which were all of their parents. Now, don't know if you've actually paid attention to any mythology. Most paganism is based on mythology after mythology after mythology. So it gets a little confusing if you haven't paid much attention to mythology. I do a lot of mythology paying attention, so I think I'm gonna, after my psychic series is up, I'm going to be doing a mythology exams and whatever, and explaining 2 mythologies that I've done the most research in. So I hope you guys like mythology, because there's going to be a lot of it. You can find plenty of stuff on mythology on YouTube, by the way, if you want to do that. It's entirely up to you. I've found most of my Greek and Egyptian mythology on here. I've also done Google, books even, some photos can actually, if you look at photos and you think, what time period did that come from, what corresponds with it, and whatever. And now I'm getting off track. I'm sorry if I'm off track. I'm getting back on track. But yeah, focus on what corresponds with you, because everyone is based on something that happened in the past. That's why your mind thinks the way it does. I like history, science, and math. Those are my 3 straights. Straight easies, and I can pretty much solve anything in them. I think I'm 3 grades ahead in science, math, and history, but I'm not sure. Okay, now back to the Wheel of the Year. The 8 holidays are Yule, Involk, Ostara, Beltane, Litha. Can anyone pronounce this? If so, please do a video response, because there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce that. Lunch, I'm going to do the best I can trying to pronounce this. Lunchnessada. Mabon and Samhain. Those are the 8 holidays. There are 4, I think these may be all the major holidays, or there are either 4 major holidays or all 8 of them are major, but I can't remember. Because then there are the minor holidays that everyone celebrates all over the world. 4th of July, everyone knows that, and whatever. But in my experience, my 4 major holidays, these are the holidays that I believe are the most powerful times of their season, and they have the most strength at all times. And I got dirt on my hand. And these would be the 2 solstices and the 2 equinoxes, meaning Yule and Litha being the 2 solstices, and then Ostara and Mabon being the 2 equinoxes. Yule is the winter solstice, Litha is the summer solstice, Ostara the spring equinox, and Mabon the fall equinox. I might be getting some of this wrong in your part of in your form of the religion, but this is how I think, and this is what I think. Now, for me, the strongest, my favorite holiday, and my changing of the seasons. Now, this is my personal idea, but I changed my year line at Yule. And the reason for this is Yule is the time when everything is gone. Nothing's there. Not barely any trees, barely any no flowers at all. So the reason I represent that as the end of the year is because it's a time when there's nothing. And then when it goes to Imbolc and Ostara, that's when it begins to blossom. Since I don't really want it to be Imbolc, because then it's gonna already have blossomed and everything's already gonna be renewed. If I have it right there, right about the end and the middle, well, actually at the beginning technically, but I am thinking of changing when I'm doing this, because Imbolc is still a winter. It's still winter until Ostara. Now, this is what I think right now. This is my personal experiences right now in my life currently. I change my seasons at Yule. And I do change my year line on New Year's. I don't change it on Samhain, or Yule, or Imbolc, or Ostara, any of those. Nada. I change on New Year's. Just like every other person on Earth, pretty much. And the reason for that is because it's called New Year's. It's the end of December, which is the 12th year, which is the 12th month. Not year, 12th month. I'm confusing you and myself, sorry. So I end it there. That's where I end this year. Oh, by the way, happy Yule or Christmas or whatever you want to celebrate. Some pagans still celebrate Christmas, some celebrate Yule. Yule and Christmas are actually the same thing. I'm going to explain that later in another video, because I can't put any more time on this video. It's running out of time. YouTube doesn't let me put anything over 15 minutes, I don't think. I forgot. But this is the real idea. You can pause it right there. And then I just do a quick. I like the art on this one. I was drawn to it from the art. I have the original copy, but I didn't feel like taking that one out, because I have that one in a folder with a bunch of other stuff that I have the original copies of. Now that's how all that works. The holidays go in their certain order, depending on what you think. This is you think the way you think. Don't think the way I think. Don't think the way anyone else thinks. You are you. You aren't someone else. You're your own entity. You're your own form. And you're yourself. You're not anyone else. Pay attention to yourself. No one else. If you can't, block everyone out. Picture the world with no one but you. Picture yourself in almost a void. Whatever you want it to be. Picture yourself masked in a place of rainbows, or in a place of mathematics, or science, or non-stop history, if you even wish. Or picture yourself even in a giant library of books, books, and books. Just block everyone out somehow. If you need to think of yourself easier, to figure out how you represent yourself, just figure a way out to block everyone out and focus on yourself. Meditate, perform ritual, just even block out the god and the goddess. Just don't even pay attention to them. Turn away from them if you have to. Don't even pay attention to angels, demons, gods, goddesses, the devil, whatever. Block them all out. Block every human, every entity, every being, everything. Bye-bye. Tell them, out of my life right now, I need to concentrate. Now, this helps to clear your third eye, and when you're meditating, it opens your third eye. That's a good way to think. When you're focusing and picturing yourself in a giant library, it opens your third eye. Whatever you do, it's opening your third eye as well. This will help your third eye. This will help your pagan practice, and this will help you. That's it. Once you've had time to relax or do whatever it is you did, and think about how you're going to represent yourself to the god and the goddess, when you want to represent yourself to them, what days, what holidays you practice on, when you're going to practice the most. Then you can bring everyone back and focus on them again, and help yourself and help them. And that's how that's going to work. So, thank you, and if you didn't like this video, just dislike it, or just mention it in the comments. I'm going to have some rules posted in the description of words not to mention, or something, just not to use very hateful words. Just say, I didn't like this all that much, could you do something, or could you do something that maybe will help me figure this out better, or something. Or just post that in the comments. Don't use hateful words. Just ask me to explain it better. Something like that. Thank you very much, and blessed be.